Okay. If you're a Christian, there's absolutely zero excuse for you to be reading Fourth Wing. I cannot believe that I have to make this video, but I have seen so many of my friends and just acquaintances and people that I know who are Christians who have been reading this series and think that it is okay. And in this video, my goal is to convince you that it is 1000% not, and you should stop immediately. What I want to start out with talking about today is Philippians 4:8, which I'm sure we all know and have heard before, but it says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. This is something we all know. We've all heard it preached as we were kids, growing up in church and whatever. We've all heard this thing. We all apply it selectively to whatever it is that we want to apply it to, right? The other piece of this puzzle is that there is a myth that goes something along the lines of there was a dad who was trying to get his kids to not watch some bad movie, right? And he was like, oh, there's a sex scene in that movie or whatever, and they were like, oh, but Dad, the rest of the movie's really good. And so he goes and he makes these brownies and he puts dog scat in these brownies. And then he brings them back and he tells them like, oh, hey, but don't worry, like I just put like a little bit in there, right? And this, if you grew up in church like I did, this story, this parable is this thing that's like massively foundational in our understanding of stuff, right? And it's like, don't ever eat the brownies with the dog stuff in them, right? And I hate this story. Like, I absolutely hate this story because the fundamental flaw of this parable, right, is that there is something that doesn't have anything bad in it, right? Which the last time that I checked, we live in a fallen world, and even the Bible, which is the book that all these people who were telling me this story would hold up as like, this is the thing that doesn't have anything bad in it. Those same people would be like, oh, but also, you're like 12, don't read Song of Songs because, right? So this whole idea that you can find something that is just perfect and doesn't have anything bad in it is a completely false premise. That's not what I'm coming at Fourth Wing from. What I am coming at it from is that you need to look at a totality and a whole picture of the story, of the art that you're consuming, and actually decide from there if this is something that is worth spending your time investing. And the thing that I want to talk about today, because the reason that people do this is they use the word entertainment. They say it's so entertaining. It's so fast paced. It's so interesting. The story goes so quick. There's so many cool character things, blah, 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 blah. Like it's just so entertaining, right? And the way that we think about this, I am going to write this out if I can write. Entertainment. Sorry, my handwriting is terrible. But the way that we think of this is we think that entertainment exists on a scale from 0 to 10 with this happy little neutral space in between. This is what we think entertainment is. We think entertainment goes from, oh, not entertaining at all, to like, well, it wasn't not entertaining or entertaining. It was just kind of like whatevs, to, oh, this was insanely entertaining and I love this so much. It was so fascinating, right? And people think that way, and then they use that reasoning to say like, well, Fourth Wing is great. I really enjoyed Fourth Wing. It was super fun. It was super exciting and super entertaining, right? And they don't understand what the actual thing that entertainment is doing underneath all of this is, right? Entertainment does one thing. Entertainment amplifies reality. Okay, sorry, I don't have a whiteboard. I just have a piece of paper, so it's bleeding through. Entertainment amplifies reality. That is what entertainment does. It takes reality and it pushes it to some extent, right? So it can push the really, really incredible, beautiful, good things, or it can push the really, really dark and evil and depressing and awful bad things, right? But either way, it takes reality and it amplifies it for a certain amount of time while you're reading this book, while you're consuming this movie, whatever it is. And then you bring that back with you into reality. And you change because of it. You address reality differently because of it. So rather than this 0 to 10 scale that has ending points, right? We have a scale that looks like this, where the ending points, sorry, I need to get an iPad so I can do this better. But there is no ending point on this scale, right? It goes on for infinity. And on the one side, we have entertainment that degrades reality, right? It focuses on all the worst stuff about reality, and it makes us feel less positive about reality when we come back from that entertainment experience, right? Then we have entertainment that transcends reality. This is the stuff that focuses on the fruit of the spirit, that focuses on the good things of reality. And when you exit the entertainment, you come back to reality with a drive and a desire for more, to see the good, to be the good, to make more out of reality, right? That's what entertainment actually does. It amplifies reality, and it amplifies it either in a transcendent way or in a degrading way, okay? So I have not read Fourth Wing. Again, I've read bits and pieces of it, but I read the most important part of it, which is what I wanted to talk about in this video. And that is all of the sexuality in Fourth Wing, okay? One, it's porn. I don't care what you say. I've read porn. I was addicted to porn for 20 some odd years. I know porn. That book is straight up porn, okay? Second, not only is it porn, but it's also porn that ties in animals and their dragons and this incredibly weird freaking connection between the dragon riders and the dragons and all this other stuff. And it's just all terrible, right? What is this doing? This one focus on this very, very adult content, the way that this is written, right? It's straight up porn. Just call it what it is. That is degrading the intimacy and the uniqueness and the sacredness of the sexual act, the way that God intended it, right? And then also tying it into mixing in the humans and animal, just absolute garbageness, right? Of the tie in between that. You can't even begin to describe how degrading that is, right? So this whole book, all of this, it's doing this. It's degrading reality, right? It amplifies aspects of reality that are not based on the fruit of the spirit, that are based on the fruit of the flesh. And then when you come back from it, it has degraded your reality. And I don't care what you say, that is what's happening. I don't know a single person who has read Fourth Wing who has then come and told me, yeah, man, like I read it and now I have like so much more love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control, right? I know a bunch of people. I know a whole crap load of people who have read Anna Karenina, right? Which is a book about a woman who commits adultery. Okay. It's not a light, happy-go-lucky book, right? I know a lot of people who have read Redeeming Love, which is a book about a prostitute and the guy who marries the prostitute. I know a bunch of people who have read these books who came out of those books going, holy crap, I have so much more love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control, right? I don't know a single person who has read Fourth Wing who came out of it and told me anything other than, oh, it was just so it's so fast-paced and it's so entertaining, right? I'm like, yeah, it was amplifying. That's literally what entertainment does. It amplified. But what did it amplify? What about life did it amplify? And what in your life is amplified now because of it? And I guarantee you, it's nothing good. It's nothing true. It's nothing noble. It's nothing right. It's nothing pure. It's nothing lovely. It's nothing admirable, right? All the adult scenes in it are straight up porn. Make the case to me that porn is good. Okay? You can't. I don't care what you say. Right? The writing is terrible. I haven't read enough of it to make a full statement because I've read the whole book, but I've read enough of it to know that the parts that I read were terrible. And the people that I know who I trust are like, dude, this is awful. It's horrible writing. Okay. Nothing good is in this series. If you are a Christian, stop reading it. If you're not a Christian, stop reading it. There are a bajillion other things that you can read that are just as fast-paced and will keep you going. And they amplify reality to the same degree that Fourth Wing does, but they amplify reality in order to transcend reality, not to degrade reality. Okay? Again, I don't even know if anybody's going to watch this. I did not want to make this video. I've avoided making this. This is like, they're on the third book of this series right now. I've avoided making this video for so long. And I just can't. I just can't avoid it anymore. I've gone into too many people's houses and seen all the special editions and all the this and all the that. And everybody that I know is reading it. And it's all complete freaking garbage. Stop. It's not just, oh, this is entertaining and I like it. Me. It's amplifying reality. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Apparently it does a very great job of that and it amplifies it very well. I will give her credit to that. She amplifies that the heck out of it because she's the most successful freaking books in I don't even know how long, right? But it's 50 Shades of Grey with dragons. Stop lying to yourself. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing wonderful about it. There's nothing that should make you feel okay with reading Fourth Wing versus reading 50 Shades of Grey. If you wouldn't have read 50 Shades of Grey, stop reading Fourth Wing. Okay? This is what entertainment is. It amplifies reality, degrades it, transcends it. Read things that transcend. Here's some options.